head over there, and then we'll repost this on 2D Cats, so you guys can catch it here on the Hazel stream, and then later on we'll just throw it on 2D Cats for the posterity stream. So
we are live. I see.
We are definitely live.
Sorry, I was in the YouTube chat trying to calm the people over there and direct the stream.
Our cats, our taco cats.
Yes, but hopefully folks will start trickling in now. Yeah. So we're live. That's fun. Always exciting to just YOLO this. It's the way we do things, I guess.
It is always the way we do things. Hello, Lilith. Hi, great to see you. Awesome. Yeah. And if you maybe we'll send out a little message, make sure everyone knows that we're over on the Hazel channel right now live, and we'll be on the 2D Cat channel later.
Yeah, I'll keep making posts in the other thread, just directing folks over there every 5 to 10 minutes or so, since it looks like we have some folks still in there.
Yeah. I know it's tricky to get the paired channels. We love this broadcasting suite that we use. It's super easy, but there's just a little things with the pairing. The channels can be tricky. So we'll make sure that's all cleared up for later. But the more we do it, the more we learn. So
exactly.
So that's how it goes.
It's been a bit since we've chatted. I think.
Yeah, it has been a bit.
Holidays, even. Lots of stuff to talk about. Lots of snow to complain about.
Yes, so much snow to complain about. Who else has gotten snow? I feel like everyone has gotten a little bit of snow. But it's hard to say. I mean, we were snowed in for a week, so that was a little crazy.
Literally maybe 30 minutes ago, they finally finished plowing our roads. So, that's been fun.
That was the first time.
They kind of did like a half pass, but none of the garbage or recycling or any of those folks were picking up our stuffs because the roads are still bad, and they finally did enough to get that done for this week.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is fun. Yeah. I know it started snowing. I had a gig on Saturday for work, and it was snowing, and it was very cold. It was in a Union Station in DC, and it was interesting. Yeah, there was like a shooting. But it was still a really cool event for the Nurse Corps, the Army's Nurse Corps' 125th anniversary. So it was a very large gala. But yes, lots of plus. So I have never lived in a negative degree pop up in any of the forecasts. Like what is happening?
So it's funny because the weather here has been, whenever I was over in Iceland and Denmark and Sweden, it's colder in DC than it was over there, which I never thought was going to happen.
You just made a really cool trip. Let's hear about it.
It was a cool trip.
Yeah. I know you were just like, I loved it when you back. You were all jazzed to do all this stuff. And hello, Australia. Hello, brother in arms.
Hello.
We love to see our Australian friends in here. We've got quite a bit of you now, and we love it. Maybe we'll go there. But yeah, Johan had a crazy trip to Denmark and Iceland and was super charged after that, which I loved. But it was warmer there than here.
It was warmer in Iceland, in Denmark, and Sweden than it was over here. And wow. I was shocked. So
yeah.
It was always funny when coworkers were like, "Well, did you go somewhere warm?" And it's like, well, technically I went somewhere warmer, but I don't know if I go
warmer
is
the key word there. Yeah, I've got my heating pad here and everything. It's just so cold. Yeah. So, but
and then the ice is what I'm not used to. So like I'm used to snow, but it's the
ice. Yeah.
I have never had to use, like, I started going out there with an actual shovel to actually break down the ice, and that was killing my back. I have never had to actually take out a pickaxe to start going after the ice like I have. That was not fun, and it screwed up my back.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that sounds awful. And I've heard other stories about people trying to get the ice off there. You know what I said? I was like, if I'm iced into my house, then I'm iced into my house. Like, sorry.
Well, true. But I mean, you still have all the legal and for obvious safety requirements of like
Oh,
having to
that's
get
true.
the
Yeah.
sidewalks all cleared, and
Oh,
of
okay.
course, whenever I look down the road, none of the other sidewalks are cleared. So I don't know why I spent all the hours that I did doing that, but it was just
Right.
it has not been
Yeah.
a fun last 2 weeks.
No, definitely not a fun 2 last weeks. But I loved like, the first days after the snow. Well, first the day that it snows is always really beautiful. The snow
Yep.
coming down, the fluffies and everything. And then the days after that where the sun comes out and you have all this snow is really beautiful. And then it just starts to get really inconvenient and uncomfortable. So yeah, but it'll go away.
Yeah. I am looking forward to temperatures going into the 40s this
Yeah.
week and the
Oh,
snow
yeah.
finally going away a bit. That would be
Yeah.
nice. I don't want to
Yeah.
have to worry if I'm going to kill myself heading out back to feed all the feral cats back there.
Oh my
So,
gosh,
yeah.
tell us about your cats. It's been a minute since we've talked about your cats.
They're all still doing good with the cold weather out there. We had to go and winterify some of the areas out
Yeah.
there to protect against that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think they all survived. They're doing well. Indoor
Mm.
cats are all doing well as well.
Oh, good. Yeah, we've got some feral cats out here, and I was so worried about them being outside. I obviously can't let them in with the birds, but yeah, I was a little worried. Little worried about finding a frozen kitty out there after all this, so hopefully not.
Yeah, yeah. All of ours
Mm.
are doing good. Are the feral colonies that we take part of, even the ones that have had health issues in the past. The one that had the broken leg, who doesn't really hunt very well, he's still out there and surviving.
Oh,
Saw
good.
him again today.
Oh, good.
It's all good
Awesome.
news. All good
Yeah,
news.
that's great news. Have you adopted any more of them? Change.
I don't know if we have room for any more. I think
How many do you
five
have?
is
You have 5
five.
now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay.
Three of them are siblings from there were feral cats who came up to our porch whenever they were born, and we were able to trap them, and yeah, they're all living inside now, doing quite well.
Oh, wow, good. Yeah, that's great. So, what are all their names now?
We have Charlie, Maggie, Pepper, Sushi, and Soy.
Sushi and Soy. Those are the cutest names. I love them. That's
They're
super
excellent
cute.
cats.
Excellent
Some of the
cats.
Yeah, we had to take them to the vet, their first vet appointment yesterday, which was
Oh,
yeah, that was a
was
challenge,
that was
but it was
that a
fun.
lot of me?
It was more than we were expecting. So they had a couple of the vaccinations through the TNVR service, like the folks that we work with here, but not all of them. So they had to get the remaining, and it was definitely more than we anticipated.
Okay. Yeah. I'd imagine. Yeah, I'd imagine. It's not cheap. Like going to California to see my mom at the end of the month, and I have to board 2 birds now.
Oh,
And it was always a bit of an expense to board 1 bird. And then like doubling that, it's probably for like 6 days gonna be like close to $400. It's okay, it's a credit card. Credit card.
is that how it works?
Yeah, that's
It's
a credit card.
It's okay.
American Express, here you go. It's fine. Think about it later. I mean, I could have someone come into the house and take care of them, but I get so worried because birds die so easy from a million things. Like I'll be like, oh my gosh, do they leave the cage door open and open the sliding glass door? Do they turn the fan on? Is the cage open and they turn the fan on? Did they turn the oven on? We haven't done the bake off on the new oven. I mean, are they going to light a candle? Are they going to
Yeah.
I mean, things that can kill birds. It's just, you have to be really studied about having a pet parrot, unfortunately, because they're smart, and it's not like having a little canary or something. You would be letting a basic 2-year-old intelligent species die because you left your pan on too long in the oven, you know. So I would totally have a Sphinx cat, but only because I'm allergic to cats, and I don't know, maybe that's the only cat that I could actually have. They're pretty cool, yeah. But I don't think that's true. I think they also have dander that is allergenic.
I don't think they do.
No?
I thought that they were, I thought that those were them, and there's another one breed. I can't remember which one that also doesn't have any dander. I could be wrong, but
no allergens.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to have a Sphinx cat because the only thing I regret about having birds is I can't put like outfits on them.
Oh, you can't do that with cats, really,
either.
You can't? I mean, you shouldn't. It stresses them out, even though sometimes they don't look like they're stressed. But
Gotcha.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
Not like a dog.
Mean, yeah.
Well, even a dog's probably not liking it.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. We'd have to ask a dog or a dog person.
I mean, I used to have, growing up as a kid, we had 6 dogs that were all over 20 inches. So we had dogs, and they were all very big dogs.
Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't realize you had dogs growing up.
I did.
Big ones.
Yeah.
What kind of dogs were they?
The biggest one was a Newfoundland, who at the time weighed more than I did.
Wow.
But yeah, Siberian Husky was another one, Old English Sheepdog, Rough Collie, Samoyed, and Austrian Hound.
Oh my goodness. That is quite a bit.
It was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the Newfoundland, any dog breed that's that big has hip issues towards the end. I mean, Jaga is a big cat as well. But the biggest difference is whenever you have a 160-pound dog and it wants to get up onto the couch, you actually have to like sit there and help him get up there, and it's rough.
A 60-pound dog is more than half my weight. So like
160 pounds.
160 pounds. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That dog weighs 50 to me.
Yeah. He was a big dog. Definitely a big dog.
That kind of dog makes me uncomfortable because of my size. And then I've been over at a friend's house and been petting their pit bull that was rescued, and kind of lunged at my face, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done with dogs. They're big, they're scary, they bite, they bark.
They could be very needy.
Yeah.
Definitely like to slobber a lot. At least the breeds that we had definitely like to slobber a lot. And it always seemed like as soon as I'd put on like a new sweater or something, a dog would immediately just run up and be like, "Oh, new sweater! I'm just gonna slobber all over it." It's like, well, now I got to change my sweater again.
And you're like, gross. Yeah, they do, and they shed, and but they are great companions, and I've always wanted a dog. I had a dog. I rescued a dog for like a day, and then it gave me such bad asthma. I had to take it back. It was like so heartbreaking. That dog, Mario, he was so sad when I had to take him back. But I did not have an allergy like that to another pet ever. That was the first time I had to like leave the room and sleep because I was I couldn't breathe. So that was bad. But and the poor dog was probably in the pound because of that. He was special allergy dog. So, I'm imagining that dog just had a lot of allergens. So he really needed someone that was not sensitive to that. But I didn't know what the allergy was to dogs. It was sad.
We're trying to help get this dog sheltered right now. I think it was either the day of the storm or the day before someone just abandoned the dog out in the cold. And someone brought them in, but they couldn't keep the dog. And they're currently with another family now who is mostly foster or has cats, but the dog I don't think gets along well with cats.
Yeah.
So we're still trying to find a temporary shelter for them. Because I think the only alternative was putting them into the county shelter, which is a kill shelter, which we wanted to avoid doing.
No.
So we're trying to find someone to to foster them while long-term owners, but I think it's like an 8-year-old or an older female pit bull that someone just left out in the snow and the cold, which is unfortunate.
That is so sad.
People are really shitty, which sucks.
Yeah, people really treat animals bad, and that makes me sad. But yeah, we have DC Stevens says he had a Saint Bernard and a Great Dane. Those are huge dogs.
Yeah, Great
They
Danes
would ride the
Saint
Bernard, the Saint Bernard. They'd ride it. I believe that. It's like a horse when you're a kid. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Both of those are bigger than Newfoundlands.
Yeah. Oh, an allergy dog did develop attachment issues. It was so sad. I've never seen a dog so sad and expressive as I brought him back. It was horrible. I just had him for like a day, and poor thing. Gosh, that breaks my heart. But yeah, then I got birds because that's pretty much all I can get, but I love birds and now they're my life. So birds and music.
And cats and music. Birds and music, cats and music.
Birds and music, cats and music. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And yes, you could put a little costume on a bird. I've seen those videos. I have tried on Spanky. It was like a harness / diaper that when he was a baby, I was going to try to get him to go outside on this harness. He was having none of it. He was picking at it and freaking out. So, I didn't push it, but you can put little like sweaters on the bigger birds and stuff. But, I think they have to be trained early to accept such treatment. So funny. Love costumes on animals.
So we have plane tickets for our EU tour or shows there. It's exciting.
We have our plane tickets. We have our plan to go. We have our leaving date, and then we have when we will go back to America.
We have a leaving date. We have plane tickets, but I don't think anything between when we land and when we fly. Still have lots to work out there. But I think I have some ideas on how to go about things.
Okay, I was looking at hotels and it's cheap.
It's definitely not bad. Yeah. Especially compared to the US, it's not bad.
Yeah. Hey, Eric. Oh, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining us. And Brother in Arms, yes. I think one of the reasons why I need to go to Australia is just to visit the parrots, like all the wild parrots. I know they're like a pest down because they will eat your roof and stuff. Those cockatoos, man, they're nuts.
I just want to see the big birds. Just let me play with the emu.
That's oh my gosh. Could you imagine that? You could ride that.
Yeah, you definitely could. I can't remember. One of my favorite comedians, he does a bit about the emu in Australia. I can't remember. I remember he refers them as a 6-foot feather duster with suicidal tendencies.
Homicidal or suicidal? Homicidal.
Suicidal.
Oh,
yeah.
suicidal.
No, suicidal. Yeah.
Oh, there's that. I don't know what the Instagram account is. Something Farms, and it's that girl that has the lady that has the emus. I think they're the emus, and they charge her all the time, and she just like holds them back. But it's funny because then she's like the chill guy one, but it's the female that like just charges her, and she videotapes it like every day, just like holding this big bird. It's pretty.
Their
funny.
Claws are pretty bad. If they get you, they will definitely tear an artery.
They would hurt you if they wanted to. Yeah, that's big. Mm-hmm. Well, they're dinosaurs. They're like what's left over of the dinosaurs, Yeah, I did a deep dive on what dinosaurs birds came from, and raptors, the different variations of raptors. So that's maybe why we call bigger birds raptors. But yeah, and there was some specific names of the species or genus of the raptors that were tied heavily to birds. But yeah, the raptor family is kind of where we get the get our birds now. And we're like, you lost. You lost. We won.
Yeah.
Oh, a Corella. I was thinking about a Corella because they're a little smaller than the other one, but it swears. That's too funny.
I'm not
Oh,
familiar with what a Corella is.
it's
What are they like?
it's a cockatoo that they have. They're not as like flamboyant as the other cockatoos, but they're a pretty common like cockatoo in Australia. There's the smaller of the cockatoos. Yeah, a Corella. They're cute.
They're the reserved
I don't know if
cockatoo?
they're reserved.
The shy cockatoo.
I don't know if they're reserved, but I know they're a little smaller. Apparently, Brother in Arms sister's Corella swears like a shotgun, he says.
Sounds pretty flamboyant to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's like a pink cockatoo called a rose-breasted or gala cockatoo. There's a gang cockatoo that literally has a bright red, like curly feather that comes down on its head like this. That is the cutest one. And you got of course the big white crested cockatoo with the yellow, which is the kind of typical one everyone thinks of. But yeah, maybe that's why they call them raptors. I don't know. I thought it was a fun coincidence that they come from the raptor families of the dinosaurs too. So it's like, kind of cool, but maybe that's not a direct link.
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, tell us about your trip. You went to Denmark and Iceland. Did you go anywhere else?
Yeah. We were in Sweden for the day.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you know Ulf, who sometimes plays guitar for us. We met his dad just randomly up in Sweden.
Get out randomly? Like you didn't plan it?
No, I mean, not really. It was like the day before. We're like, I think I messaged Ulf. I'm like, hey, we're gonna go to Gothenburg. And he's like,
wow.
You should say hi to my dad. I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, my dad lives there. So,
my goodness.
I messaged him and like, hey, do you want to meet up for fika? And yeah, he met us and we had fika. And
what's fika?
It's just your little snack break from the day, if you will.
Oh, I love that. A snack break. What time that usually like happen?
Anytime's fika time.
That's amazing.
Sit there with your cannabule or cardamomabule with a coffee and, catch up. And, yeah, it's fun times.
And have a fika break. I love it. Keeps that time sacred too. You have a little name for it and it's time to catch up and take a break. I love that. It's official break time.
Yeah. Then we're in Malmo for just a little bit, not nearly too much time, but outside of the train station in Malmo, so 7-Eleven is really big across like Denmark and Sweden. There's 7-Eleven.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's really weird, but
that is weird.
One of them, they used to have what was listed as hot dog heaven inside the Malmo 7-Eleven. So we went there to go get a picture of hot dog heaven, but they've redone the 7-Eleven since Angela was there last, and it's no longer hot dog heaven.
Oh, just, come on. It didn't have enough.
Sad.
I'm sad. Man.
Yeah. I mean, they still had hot dogs.
They still had hot. It just wasn't hot dog heaven.
No, it wasn't hot dog heaven anymore.
I think that's rude. I think it's rude.
It is.
It's so rude.
I do say I love the Danish hot dogs over there. They're actually surprisingly good. They have I don't know how to describe it, but rather than like a normal hot dog bun that you put a hot dog into, they have like a tube thing that you stick it into.
Okay.
And it's just it's fascinating. I don't know why. I don't know how else to say other than it's fascinating.
I bet it's really good. I haven't had a good hot dog in so long, but hear me out. Five Guys.
I heard they have decent hot dogs. I've never had
I was shook because like it was the hot dog you've been waiting for that like, you just never get to eat. Like you never find the right, it's like you had the split dog and it was grilled and then you got the grilled onions and then you can put like whatever you want. I put some fresh jalapeno in there and cheese and It's like literally I'm thinking about right now. We were gonna eat it tonight, but yeah, can't. I've been eating so much on
I remember, I was thinking back, I do remember seeing someone order a hot dog before, and I remember it was split. And I don't know, philosophically, I am opposed to that. I don't know why.
Why? You get it all crispy?
I don't know. It just seems like it's sacrilege to me. I can't explain why. Doesn't make sense.
Interesting. Well, I think it tastes better too because I think it's a beef hot dog. So when you get the ones you split, they have a different flavor. You know, it's not like the little Hebrew National or whatnot hot dogs. But you couldn't even really split that. I don't know. It'd be like really hard.
Yeah. I mean, I can only think that it would be better since you'd have more charring across, like more surface area. So it should, in theory, be better. It just, for some reason, it just feels like it's wrong, though. I don't know why.
It's not like the American way, I don't think. Which is what made me think of, hot dogs over in Europe. Like, I bet fucking amazing. Because it's like Polish hot dogs and sausages, and I bet it's so good. But you can be wrong because I don't want to get my high.
I don't know. I mean,
you don't know? You said you like the Danish ones, but we're going to Germany.
Oh, I do.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean the ones in Germany are going to be like slightly different, and it's going to be more like different types of sausages rather than what they had there. I don't know. It's weird. I'm sorry. I'm just like stuck in my head because I'm thinking of all like the quote unquote German sausages that they have in the U.S. and they're all really terrible.
Are they really?
Every one tastes of nothing. And
interesting.
Maybe I'm just like going to the wrong places, but like if you go to Wegmans, which should have a step above everything else, like the ones that are listed as German sausages, like they're not good and they taste of nothing.
They taste of nothing. I bet there's a German word for that as well. When something tastes of nothing, because they have a word for freaking everything. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I would assume there's a word for that.
There's a phrase for everything silly, I feel like. Or nuance. Like, I forgot what that one was we were talking about. So funny. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I don't really eat many, like now that I think about it, like the only like currywurst is really the only sausage that I've ever had with any frequency over in Germany. Usually it's just donors. I eat so many donors when I go over there just because particularly in DC, there's no place that you could get donor around here.
Yeah.
So it seems like I have to eat donor every single meal up there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think we do too, because there was a place in LA that opened up that was the donor kebab or whatnot. And oh my, yeah, I haven't had that since.
It's good. And I know a couple really good ones.
Yeah,
particularly the beginning part of the trip. Yeah, should be good. We'll be eating well.
Yeah, we're going to be eating well, so I must stop eating now.
We will be drinking good beers as well, although not in Cologne. No, not unless I stock up on, which I will stock up in Dusseldorf and bring stuff down. But man, Cologne has a bunch of really good things, but they do not have good beer. Just cannot get over how much I hate Kolsch.
Is it just that I don't know. Beer?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're just like Cologne's known for brewing Kolsch, and I could only compare Kolsch as it is somehow even blander and more tasting of nothing than like Budweiser or like I think that's why it's so like because Kolsch is surprisingly really popular in the US now, and I think it's because it tastes of nothing, so everyone drinks it because they're like, oh, I can just drink this, it tastes of nothing.
Yeah.
And Americans seem to like things that taste of nothing, and I can't understand it.
I don't get that either. Yeah, like we like a lot of our Pilsners and our Bud Lights, and I think it's just like I like water that gets me messed up or something.
I mean, there's a bunch of really, really good Pilsners out there. And I mean, we'll have them in Germany as well. I know like even Veltins, which is fairly easy to get over here, is a good Pils. Trying to think of the other German pills that I buy over here, which are good, but for whatever reason in the U.S., the things here just taste of nothing.
Huh. That's not good. Yeah, we don't like it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I like a good craft beer. Like a good craft beer. Yeah. So we'll get some good ones. I'm sure we'll find them. Get to a brewery or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Heck
I
yeah.
mean, the first day, there's like 5 of them all within walking distance that we'll be able to go
Nice.
to.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah,
are we going to
most of
go to
them,
all five?
I mean,
Don't we have to
I would
perform
be.
at night?
No, we have like 24 hours after we land is whenever we'll have to head
Okay.
down to Cologne.
Okay. So we'll be
Um,
sleeping and maybe we'll go get a beer or two and then go to sleep.
that's going to be my plan. I think we get in at like 5 p.m. We're also going to be in London for like 6 hours as well.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah. I saw that. I
um,
saw that
we'll
email
just
traffic.
be able to hang out there for a bit, maybe even take a
Yeah.
nap there if we're not able to take a nap on the plane.
Right.
But yeah, get a good night's sleep over up in Dusseldorf. Have a nice meal, get some beer.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, because this is where like difficulties in travel in Germany, the Deutsche Bahn is not what it used to be in terms of reliability.
Okay.
So relying on it for anything where we definitely need to be somewhere at a certain point,
Mhm.
not the best. And then plus we are going to have a bunch of equipment with us as well. So I
Yeah.
think I found a couple places where we could get an 11-person rental van
Oh,
to
okay.
drive us from up in Dusseldorf down to Cologne.
Yeah.
And I think that will probably make more sense than going like the rental van route, which is going to be a lot more expensive.
Okay. Okay. I'm down. I trust you. I trust you.
I don't, I'm
You have
just yellowing it.
Yeah, we're gonna YOLO
I
it.
don't know if it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. However, we need to get around. We will figure it out. It's gonna be an adventure. It's gonna be an adventure. So
We
yeah.
will eventually figure it out.
We
What happens
will-
after Cologne? Don't know yet.
It will
Haven't
be
made
an
it that far.
adventure.
But yes.
Not an adventure. It'll be an eventual.
Yes.
Yeah. Thankfully, like, we have the one show and then we have time to, before the next one to figure out how we're gonna. So that puts a lot of pressure off us to go to like, unless we weren't going like one show, next show, next show, next show. Yeah. So it'll be fun.
Which is there still might be another show
That'd
wedged
be cool.
between these shows. But,
Yeah. I don't
we're
mind
still
that.
waiting on some things for that. But we'll
Okay.
see. I think that's gonna ultimately direct what happens next.
Gotcha. So we gotta wait and see.
Yeah, maybe.
And see. Yeah. Gotta wait and see. Yeah. And yes, the black cockatoos are beautiful. Taking a look at our chat here. Do the Danish have many language expressions based on hot dogs or sausages? I recently learned that Germans do.
No, they have zero language expressions in Denmark. It's forbidden.
It's forbidden.
The king outlawed it back in 1840. Yeah.
He said that you cannot have freedom of expression. Do
Yep.
not mock the language. Do not
I
mock
don't
the
know.
language.
I struggle. I tried learning Danish in the lead up, and I struggled mightily.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's somewhat similar to German. Like as I was going across things,
Right.
I'm like, oh, I know what that says. That's similar to, but then it's also so far away.
Right.
But yeah, I was definitely struggling, and then ended up giving up on it.
Oh no. Oh yeah. That's so funny when they could be so similar but so different. Honestly, it makes it harder. I'm learning a song in Japanese right now and we just did a song in Chinese. And so like I like to watch a lot of Korean shows and so it's just like having the little bits of the same pronunciations but then they're different is makes it harder. It makes it way harder than just even like learning it fresh. And then I'm
I
also
will
very
say,
concerned from, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna interject that I
Yeah.
think the best Korean television show on TV right now is on Netflix. It's like the white spoons versus black spoons cooking show. I
Oh,
think
nice.
it has no reason being as good as it is. I
Oh,
don't I
I'll
don't
have to
like
check it
cooking
out.
shows, but it is an amazing show.
They have amazing production value and just everything's so well done. I love it.
It has
Yeah.
great production value, and
Yeah.
it's actually interesting to watch, and it makes me want to eat Korean food every time I watch it.
Oh, I'd love some Korean food. I think I have like some pretzels downstairs and chips. But I would love some Korean food. So good. I make some ramen yesterday, but that's not Korean. Well, is it? There's probably Korean ramen. No? No?
Not really.
No.
There's definitely Korean noodle dishes, but I can't
Not
think of
ramen.
any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if top ramen is like culturally significant in any way other than for college students. And that was definitely what I ate yesterday. It was good though. I added some spinach to it and a lot of sriracha. It was very yummy.
So some of my favorite cup ramens are actually Korean companies, though. They have like some of the
Mm.
super spicy ones that I can't right.
Ooh, I
One
believe
of them
that.
is a black label one. It is so
Oh,
good. But yeah, that was like my favorite cup of like instant ramen. And it was
yum.
definitely a Korean company.
Yum. That sounds great. How long you were in Japan?
I was in Japan. I was also in Korea.
You were both also in Korea. Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. That's so cool. That's on my bucket list too, is to go to Japan. Korea would be also really cool. But I'm definitely enjoying learning the language. I enjoy singing in it. Um, and there's something satisfying, almost like a German. I like I like a more percussive language. Like French is my least favorite to sing in or learn. But I like languages that have very specific kind of consonants. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, we still have the German cover song that we
Woo!
have the ability to do. So
Oh
here's
my
your chance to
gosh.
sing in German.
Oh my gosh. I would be so nervous if our German fans heard me sing in German. We're like, when we hear someone sing in English and it's not passable.
I mean, I think that we have enough German friends who would we
Be
could pass
honest.
these to and be
Yeah.
like, hey, this sounds pretty bad. But I think we'd be good on that front.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like that. Yeah. So yeah, DC Stevens says, I hear a lot about trains being the way to get around in Europe. Do you have any thoughts about trains versus rental cars, particularly for gear?
I mean, not for gear, but if you exclude gear, then definitely trains are the way to go. So, like within Germany, Deutsche Bahn has I think it's 49 euro a month. You could use any of the regional trains, so not the ECE or any of the private trains, but any of the regional trains, any of the local trams, any of the public, like the buses, and it's all included in free for 49 euro a month. So
Yeah.
that is definitely the way. Like anytime I go over to Germany, I definitely buy one of those, and it more than makes up for all the travel that I do there. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, particularly in Germany, it's kind of expected that a train is either not going to show up, like a ghost train, or it's going to be
Right.
canceled,
Oh,
or a sizable delay. I had my first experience last time whenever we were actually heading home from Cologne to Dusseldorf, and it was like 3:30 in the morning. We waited for like 30 minutes for the train, and they kicked us off the train. Everybody off the train they had to reboot the train is
oh
basically
wow.
what the error message said.
Oh
And
no.
me and my German friends look at one another like this is the first time that we've ever been asked to leave a train in order to reboot a train. But yeah, in Germany in particular, you're going to have lots of train related issues, even though that is the way to go.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. And everyone's heard about the trains being like the best way to get around. So, yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be super fun. I'm so excited to do something new. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to meet so many cool people. And a couple people just joined the chat too.
Why, hello.
Everyone say hello. I might need to get a sweatshirt because I'm actually freezing cold in here. My windows are just crappy. I was playing the theremin. I have a new theremin little reel coming out for tomorrow. I'm going to post, and my hands were numb by the end of recording it. So yeah, oof. It's very, very cold in my studio, and it's because of these windows that just do not have the insulation that they need, and the wind is just like comes right through them. So that's even though I had the heat up to like 77, I was still like my hands were numb. So I'm living outside.
That is not fun.
No, I was like trying, because you have to have such minute hand motions for the theremin. So I was just like, I'm flopping at this point because my hand's so numb. I'm just like, I gotta go warm up my hands because I'm not hitting. I'm just like flopping them.
Oh, well.
Yeah, little nuance, like deets. Instead, I'm like,
I think that would actually be an entertaining video if you were to somehow numb your hands so they couldn't move and trying to play theremin with a
yeah, just slap it.
I mean, basically with as bad as my hands are, I could probably make an entertaining video of that too, of me just can't move my hands.
Can't move my hands. We'll overdub it with something like amazing. So annoying.
No, I think it needs to go out there in all its terrible, bad glory.
That'd be really funny. Yeah, no, it was a little too cold. I had to go warm up my hands for a little bit. And I'm going to go grab a sweatshirt since we've got a few more people. Do you want to play some of that new song? Let me see if it's uploading. I have to go back to the other scene. Y'all bear with me. I realized. No. I'm so sorry. We are gone. We are gone. But I do have some things like, oh, wait, add. Okay, I can't add that, but I can play some music, I thought. Here it is.
Quick intermission?
Yeah, let's do a quick intermission. This song is still not uploaded. Wow, what a bummer. I'm having issues uploading stuff today. I don't like it. Okay, quick intermission. We will be right back. Gonna go grab a sweatshirt. But you guys can listen to our last release, Such in the Night. All right.
Well, we're back.
Never stop the rain. This is the instrumental version. You
It is.
Turn my life, turn it just this way.
Seems like the song's continuing to do quite well across everywhere.
Yes, it really is.
Which is good.
I love it. I love how well it's doing. People enjoy it. And the video came out great too, so I love to see that. It would be cool to remember when I was able to show the video on here? Do you remember that?
I do.
I wonder, was it a share screen kind of thing?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to figure that out for next time when we share a video or two. But yeah, here, yeah, I mean, I could also try now, but we'd love to hear what everyone's favorite new songs are, because we're entering a new era. We just finished This Is Not For You, and we're already deep in the very beginnings of the next one, which I'm not gonna share too much about. Yeah, but you know, it is a concept album, so we've decided that we're working. Johan actually outlined an amazing. So what I'm doing is he sent me this outline, and as I go through the story, I'm filling it with the songs. So he sends me the music, and we have this story outlined, and I'm picking pieces out of the story to write the songs about. So as I write the songs, they are filling in the gaps of the story. Like, oh, okay, this part is such an important part of the story. Let's talk about the priests and the people who were, you know, praying to this dystopian. We're not going to go too far into it, but it's very cool. And also just kind of the hope lost there, and the doubt that creeps in. It was kind of a religious tide song coming up. It's very cool, very cool. Might have a little bit of another foreign language in there as well, which I was really, Johan let me put in. Yeah.
Well, I think we could, I mean, it is public that we could say that it is the next single is Salvation Will Not Come, which comes out in 25 days, 7 hours, 5 minutes, and 20 seconds.
Shit, we gotta do a video. We gotta do a video.
Oh yeah, we gotta do a video.
We create so much music, it's so hard to keep up with the videos.
Yeah, we got March 6th, so less than 30 days.
Less than 30 days. Well, I think it's doable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Not Enough. Yeah. Not Enough is a great song.
Never Enough.
Never Enough. Yeah. Never Enough is a great song. Yeah.
I really like that one. That's personally one of my favorites that we've done.
Yeah. I think that your change in the chorus made it so much more impactful and catchy, frankly, because I think that my chorus kind of went up and then down and then back up, but you just took the two best parts of it and had it repeat.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, so yours is definitely a lot more story driven. It told a better story, but whenever I was kind of listening, I'm like, I wonder, I don't know. I've always, and this is just myself, I've always been a fan of like repeatable type passages in songs. I find like they stick in my head more than anything else.
Yeah.
And I think I heard the first part of the chorus, which is the one that's in the song. I'm like, this is really good. It's like, what would happen if I were just to repeat this within the chorus, which is kind of what we have going on there now.
I think that was a smart choice. And I also think it reflected back a lot on some of your earlier work with pop oriented, and pop oriented music tends to repeat more because it gets people familiar with it, so they're repeating it with it. And then it you know, I had a great band. Well, I don't know if he was a great chorus master. He was kind of a weirdo, but one of the things he said about programming and about music in general is people want to leave with a bop. He's like, that's it. People just want to leave with a bop. I don't think that's the case all the time. You know, there's a place for music to sit and listen and contemplate to, which a lot of my solo work does. But with Tootie Cat, like, we got the bops going. And so I think it was the perfect choice for that, to go a little more like, this is the hook. We're going to repeat the hook again, rather than going into this extra content that isn't needed necessarily to get the story.
Yeah, I think one of the other guiding factors that I usually have too is just from a live music perspective, and I kind of like I go to a lot of live music, and of the bands that I am familiar with and I know their work, it just seems like, oh, this is the part where I definitely like I don't know all the verses of the song, but it's like, oh, this is the part of the song where this happens, and you know, after a couple beers, you're like, yeah, you start singing along the parts that you do know, and it's
Yeah.
that seems like
No, you see it work like especially in a live show, you know, especially when you're watching a live show and you see these repeated phrases, and it engages you more because, well, first off, like even if we're listening as a trained musician and you're listening to music, you're not going to catch everything, right? But hearing it again catches you, and then hearing it in the second and third chorus again and again, especially if it is a powerful message and it's filled around with a story, and a build. I think it's a great format. It definitely leans more towards pop, but I think that that's important. I think that pop works because of things like that, you know.
I mean, you say that, but I don't know if it does like pop. I mean, it definitely does. But I mean, there's like, I'm still thinking to a lot of like the early before punk was even punk or labeled punk, like early 70s in through the 70s. Like, I mean, even listening into like Knitzer Ebb, Deutsche Amerikanische Wundenschaft, or like Front 242, also very repeatable, almost like a chant type structure rather than actual like a story lyrics. I don't know. I'm just lost in I'm stuck in my head right now. I'm like, I mean, even though they're EBM or is that a pop star? And I guess it is. I mean,
well, anything that repeats, you know, maybe not even lyrics, but a repeated even musical phrase, you know, where it's like it's meditative and it's catching, and you know, you can get more sophisticated, but I think when you're trying to reach an audience and make a connection, I see nothing wrong with using that format. Sometimes simple is better. Like this choral master said, people just want to leave with a bop, leave with something in their head. You know, they want to leave snapping, they want to leave, you know, rocking, they want to leave, or they want to leave moved, which is a smaller audience, actually, people that want to leave moved. But I think most large audiences just want to leave with that bop. But bop with a message. When it comes to us, it's bop with a message, and it's bop with that twist of introspection and contemplation and deep thoughts that I mean, we're never going to go shallow with our messaging or our music, so I might take that format because it's part of the genre. But yeah, definitely we have many layers to 2D Cat. I love it so much.
I'm excited. I'm really excited about so I mean, I think you probably knew this by now, but anytime I have to jump on the train into DC, I usually just listen through these are like the instrumentals that have been done alongside the ones with vocals that have been done, just trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. And in the last couple of train rides in there, I'm like, this is gonna be really good. So I'm pretty excited about that. And it seems like each time I listen through, I'm kind of going, actually, I think I like this one more. I think it's like I started liking this one. I'm like, no, I think this one's the better one.
They're all so good. I know every time I write one, I'm like, he's gonna fucking love this. I'm like, how can I make sure that like the next one's even better? You know, it's like, because you'll send me the tracks and I don't want to go backwards. You know, everything's moving forward, and but it's not hard to get sound. It's not hard to write to the stuff that you send me. It's easy. Like when you send me stuff, it comes out and it's just as good and better than the last thing. So I feel like our growth together has been really exponential and special for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely, speaking for myself, I think I've come a long ways in what I am able to do, and especially like compared to 2 years ago, from both just sound design perspective, just way of thought and what I want to incorporate in, and then just from a mixing standpoint as well. So I think things are coming along. I think they're coming along nicely.
Yeah, and the changes too that you're making and some of this new stuff, I'm really excited for people to hear. It's really unique. Like I don't want to say industrial, but it's industrial. Like you're using a lot of industrial sounds and don't want to say too much, but
I
you're
don't
going
think it is.
No, it's not industrial genre, but there's this metallic sound though.
There is. So I would compare it to like Depeche Mode after Vince Clarke left. I think they were still trying to figure out which direction that they were going in. And I remember listening to Construction Time. And it's funny because there's a documentary on it when they're speaking to the members too. And it was right when they were able to start buying a 12-bit tape recorder just so they could start doing their own recordings. And it's like, hey, I want to dribble this pebble along this little corridor here because I think that this will be a nice little percussive element. And like listening to that interview and how they were going about doing things there, and then listening to that album kind of made me go, I think I want to start, like I'm kind of tired of just using like a Lindrum, like the Lin 9000 that I have in the Oberheim and the Yamaha RX5. It's like, it's all kind of like, it's like I want to start in doing something more. So taking my own sampler out to the junkyard and things like that, and just recording even just like plates just dribbling around or silverware and whatnot. I think it's making things a lot more interesting for me.
I love it. When you told me you were doing that, I was so inspired, but also so overwhelmed. Like, how would I even capture good sounds like from that? So you're using them, right? I mean, that's just amazing.
I mean, they're not, that's the thing too, is I'm using the same recorder that Depeche Mode was using back in '83, which is a really bad recorder. And it's like I said, it's either a 10-bit or a 12-bit recorder. So I'm still trying to work. Like, I think one of the most enjoyable parts as an artist is putting limitations on yourself and then working within those limitations. So with like the vintage gear that I generally tend to use, I still try and work generally within the same flow and process that folks had from 1978 to 1984 as much as possible. That breaks down with like the modern DAW because I just don't have time to record on tape and that stuff. But
right, yeah.
Like I'm still trying to use, like I could use a modern digital recorder, but I don't know. It just sounds, for me, it's more interesting and fun to use one from 1983.
I think that's so cool. And your video, it's so funny when I put sweatshirt on now, I'm like so hot. I can't get it right. It's also interesting that your film, so I don't know if everyone knows, but Johan and I both go back and forth on who edits the videos. So some of them are by me and some of them are by him. And if you start to pay attention, you might be able to tell the different styles that we take, it's actually amazing. And I think it's really, really, really cool. Because they're actually quite different to the interpretation of how to edit and what the video is going to look like. So we do back and forth between that, also to share, but your style too is very much like that. Like I want to use the original, processes, and I want to use something that's not, necessarily modern, but something that should stand through time. And I think that you find those things that the art stands through the time, because my concern with always using like older stuff was like, is this going to look like I don't have money? Is this going to look like I don't know what I'm doing? But finding the way to make the art through that is just one of your skills. So yeah, I think that's cool. I love how they turn out. They're just raw and beautiful,
It is funny, like especially now that you mentioned, because like a good example, Touch of the Night was edited by you, and beautiful looking video. I still remember you sent it over to me, and you're like, "What do you think? What changes do I need to make?" I'm like, "None." It's like this is perfect. Don't change a thing. This is perfect.
Okay.
And then my general approach is like signal processing as an art rather than like is the only way. Like so Steina and Woody are two of the earliest like video art individuals, like pioneers. I was actually able to go to Steina's exhibit in Reykjavik whenever I was over in Iceland. She's actually originally from Iceland before moving over to the US.
Oh, wow.
So you generally the ones that I tend to edit, you'll see like some serious degradation to the videos, like very deliberate. Like it's
intentional.
We still film, like we still film in 4K, and we film with good cameras, and it's just, how could we make this look in a way that is artistically interesting?
Right.
And I think that was like that. I think that's the thing that interests me the most about Steina and Woody as video artists is just the way that their approach to video, like video signal processing as an art form. So it's fun and like interesting, and
And it's funny because so my take is like, I want to take all the minimal stuff that I have and just take my creativity to make this look like a big budget video. So that's like my take on it. So it's almost like we have the opposite take on our art, but we're still working within the confines of independent music artists, but we just have different takes of like, one is like, I'm going to lean into this style of, you know, let's degrade it, let's make it rough, let's get that real honest kind of vibe going. And then for me, it's like, I want to take what I have and I want to see how far I can get it into looking like this was a Hollywood production. And I feel really proud of the videos that we've done, both of our videos, like frames, like the amount of like stuff that I was able to capture, you know, with Angela doing the prisms, and then you as like, I mean, that stuff I was, you know, which I think in Hollywood and people with a lot of money and stuff, they probably just use a lot of CG to do that. So we use a lot of physical effects, a lot of blood, sweat, gaffer tape, and tears. And a lot of please hold this and film me going like this, okay?
So I mean, you bring up something interesting, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Is like one of the general complaints that I usually see amongst musicians is like, well, I need to find a way to create cover art. I need to shoot music videos. I don't know how to do any of this. I have no budget to do any of this.
Yeah.
And I know like we're talking about this, so it's like, well, we're just going to do our own music videos, and we're going to start filming our own stuff. We're going to edit our own stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I find that entire process, it's a different creation process from music, but I find it just as fascinating and fun and rewarding. And I am kind of confused why other musicians or other artists they're like, I only want to do this art, and all the other types of arts just
don't interest them. Yeah.
Like, do you find like whenever you're going through the filming process or the editing process for video or for other things, do you find like for photography, are you also like, this is fun, this is great, I'm also equally as interested?
That is 100% how I feel about all of the art forms I do. And I think like, you know, going forward later in my career, you know, if I ever, I mean, I hope I never, you know, don't have my own projects, but I feel like I'm very well equipped to be the whole package for someone and be able to do the photography and be able to do the videography and be able to do the vocal processing and editing, maybe not the full mixing and mastering yet, but I could do all their recording, vocal processing. And it's because I love all of it. And I love to do all of it. And sometimes I'd prefer to do the video, you know, sometimes I burnt out on recording vocals and, you know, cutting them all up and I get a little burnt out on that. But then I'm also like, do I need to film another damn thing with my face? Like I just, you know, so once I get burnt out on that one thing, I go back to the other. And It gets tricky when we have timelines. How do you feel
Mhm.
about that yourself? I mean, I feel like you're the same way.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely days where I wake up and so immediately going back, seeing the Stein exhibit, I took like extensive notes, took lots of video, and I'm like, as soon as I get back, I just want to sit there and research how did Stein and Woody do this, and how can I incorporate this within my own things. And even today, there's days where I wake up and I'm like, I want to learn like video signal processing art over writing a
Right.
new song.
Yeah.
And like the recent Elegy music video is an example of that. It's like, well, it's like I need to do something with the video, so why don't I just put it over this video
Yeah.
that we have?
Yeah, I'm so glad you did too. I like the shots that we had from the studio. We did a great job, but I think some of the B-roll needed to be changed. So I'm really glad we did
Yeah, so
that.
for the shots of us, so yeah, I originally, and this is again, it's like things that I have to learn, because it was like, okay, well, like my initial thought process was within After Effects, just create like a single template, throw it over the entire thing. It's like, well, what if the template that I create looks bad over us, which it did? And it's like, okay, so
Mhm.
use the template in certain parts, but how do I kind of swap that into a different template, which will kind of show our faces and make us a little bit more prominent, and not have like the weird wavy looks that look good for some of the B-roll.
But
So
on her face. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's
Right.
just, but it's like, well, this is an exciting challenge. I need to figure out how to do this now, and I
Yeah.
just it kind of confuses me where a lot of people are like, I only want to do this, and
Yeah.
I don't want to learn anything else, and it's like
Yeah.
it's really weird. I don't know. For me, it's just like I like making anything, and I could
Mhm.
never imagine living or waking up and not being interested in learning something new.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, exactly. I feel the same way. And I think that, that conversation, I've had conversation with people that are similar to us, and then people who are different. I think there's different types of artists. There's, the artists that are creators, and then there's craftsmen. I think you have to have both to succeed. I think you
Mhm.
have to be a creator, which is someone that wakes up every day that's like, I want to create something new, and is inspired by the world around them, absorbs them, and has to create something new, which can lead to exploration with other things, especially if you love learning. A craftsman loves learning too, but they're very focused on learning a specific craft. So they might be a mixing engineer or a mastering engineer specifically, but they don't have any interest or inkling to necessarily make something. So
Mhm.
but they're still an artist, and
Yeah.
they're a technical artist. But yeah, when you come to a creator, it's I feel like that type of artist is something that it just doesn't go away. You have times in your life where you might not be inspired, or you're not finding anything interesting, but it always comes back. And I can say that for decades now, because it's part of who you are. Yeah.
Makes
So,
sense.
and the
Yeah, it's
love of
definitely the one
learning.
thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely the one thing that's always confused me, like reading over any Facebook comments or Reddit threads about pretty much excuses of why people take shortcuts or don't want to do certain things. It's like, but
Right.
that's the fun part. Why would you want to skip that?
Yeah. Why don't you want to learn about it? Yeah. I mean, I'm always for efficiency too, because I do feel like the bigger picture is what I'm going after. Although I love learning all the tidbits to get there. Sometimes I'm like, okay, how can I get to this bigger picture a little more efficiently than doing
Oh,
everything myself? Because we could all do everything, but then I can't work. I can't, have a life, which, maybe we should be in Ireland where they're paying artists to live, right?
yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
They're paying us to just do what we do, and evolve the creativity of the people. It's good for us. It's good for our evolution. We need us, just like we need all the different types of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can become obsessive too. Those top-down shots of Hazel in the music video, that was done in my entryway. I bought a silk blue sheet, and the sheet ended up not being long enough for the entryway or like wide enough. So I had my camera above me on a tripod, and I have a little monitor on it so I can make sure I'm in the frame. It's very small. My eyes are bad, so I can't even really tell, but I can tell if I'm in the frame. And then unfortunately I had to, and you could probably see this, and only you can see this. You 9 people who are here today, you look at this and you will see I actually had to cut and paste pieces of the blue sheet to fill out the spaces where it didn't actually fit in the
I didn't even notice that.
I just cut and paste and then blurred it all on the edges, and so it looks like the whole background is the blue sheet, but it's not. It's like got tile and a door and stuff, but it's me lying in my entryway, cold, uncomfortable, with the camera above me, trying to look, sassy. But I got the shots. I got the shots. Yeah, I got the shots. And yeah, I definitely think my husband came home and was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "I'm really sorry about this, but this is happening." He was like, "Okay, I'm gonna walk around you now." I was like, wait, before you do that, could you move that little bit of stuff over there? Because I'm seeing it. Just make it like a little bit further for me. Thanks. Yeah, that was actually really uncomfortable and challenging to shoot myself.
So did you see that there is a new DJI Pocket camera coming out in the next couple months?
Ooh,
Pocket 4?
Do say Osmo Pocket 4.
I don't know. Yeah, I just saw someone was posting the FCC filings. I guess there's going to be like a dual camera mode on there now.
What's that mean? A dual
camera? 2 cameras?
Oh, a dual camera. I was like dual, like a pineapple. Well, I was like pineapple dole, DOLE.
Yeah, dual. Yeah,
dual camera. I was like,
it makes Dole Whip as well. Get a nice, delicious.
I'm
ice
allergic
to
pineapple. Yeah.
So that's exciting for you, and also maybe exciting for me, because maybe I could buy a Pocket 3 on the cheap end.
Oh yeah. Well, if I get the 4, you can have my 3.
Well, shit.
You've bought me a mic. I still have the Sennheiser microphone you bought me. That was like $200. I mean, you bought it for us, but I have it, so it's like mine. I've not given it back to you. I do use it for the shows, though. Yes, Amiya QXTs was amazing. I feel like I was thinking about today, because I've got another Pie Shop show coming up, and hopefully we're going to get 2D Cat back there too. But I was trying to think of the top places that sounded good. Pie Shop.
They're great.
Pie Shop sounded great. And QXTs.
Yeah, Pie Shop sounds great always. Plus pies. Pies are great.
Yeah.
Plus QXT.
Yeah.
Also posted celebrating the Superb Owl Day, which made me chuckle. And I was like, oh yeah, it is Superb Owl Day.
What is a superb owl?
It is a joke back to What We Do in the Shadows, where
I love that show. Yeah.
Yeah, they invited him over for the Super Bowl, and they rented his Superb Owl.
I love it. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah. We liked QXTs a lot. Yeah. No, Pie Shop is great. Yeah, and QXT.
Everyone who works there is great.
Yeah.
I can only say good. They are you have different ranges of professionalism and technical know-how, like at all venues you go to. Some of them are definitely better than others, but QXTs across the board, the most professional people. They were some of the smarter front end of the house people that we've dealt with.
Yeah.
They could say anything bad about me, and I would accept that because they were great. So if they said that we're terrible to work with, then I go, well, fair enough, because
they didn't, though. They loved us, and we're gonna go back. But yeah. I think the comment was like, "Oh, I just love when someone just brings it fully." So yeah, they liked us just like we liked them. Yeah, and I almost felt bad having I think I had my pedals at that time just out of, like, trust issues with the venues, like, giving me dry vocals like it's a karaoke night on Thursday. I just honestly, that's one of the most traumatizing things for me with music that I care about, our music, and when we get up there on stage and we tell them what we need, and then the performance is completely different, and it's like karaoke night. I don't know. I don't know. It just so I get like PTSD from that because it's so important for us to sound good. And it's not just me singing. It's like it needs to sound like it should sound, like it deserves to sound. And so that's why we're gonna go a little more I think a little more like independent with our mixes. But I had that pedal board and I didn't even need it at XC's. Their sound was so much better.
Yeah.
But
So our setups for live now is quite again, absolutely no issues with QXT at all. But we do now have a live setup which we haven't played with since buying this, that should allow for us to override any front of house bullshittery that they try and put on us.
Yeah.
So if they do it again, or if we because usually they tend to do things on the fly. So I guess if you hear something that's bad, because you're usually up a little bit on the stage higher than I am,
right?
Just be like, hey, the bass needs to come up like 3 decibel between songs, or even during a break. I'll be like, I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Move over and
well,
give the middle finger to the front of the house person. Be like, this is happening.
I know. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do a thing. Oh, that's great. Yours can do that. So you have a splitter?
So not only I'm continuing to send like 8 outs to front of house, but I can also manually change all of those 8 on my own.
Gotcha.
So if we need to change any, like if the pads need to come up 3 decibels or they're too loud, which they tend to do, or there's like the 2 to 400 hertz range, which always tends to, if they screw that up and things start getting muddied, I could just make that change, or make that cut in the EQ on the fly now.
Yeah. That's great. And I'm building an in-ear monitor system, personal system. So I don't think I'm going to bring my digital mixer, but I'm going to use a splitter and I'm going to send it to front of house, but I'm going to send it also to my digital mixer for my personal in-ears. So I'm going to let them mix my 3 channels that I have. And then I'm going to mix my in-ears, and I wonder if I could bring my in-ear rack, and we could use that so we are monitoring what we want to monitor rather than asking for a speaker or something like that,
So I could just send you an out with whatever you want on it as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to have, like, I can send a channel with, if you just want your vocals like 6 decibel higher than everything else, or
that's
you just
probably
want
what I usually like. Yeah. But if we're mixing here, the trick that I was thinking, if we're mixing the front of the house we also need a front of house mix in our in-ears or in a monitor, because it's so impossible to hear from the stage,
Yeah, that's going to be the challenge there.
That will be interesting how to figure that out. But I think that's an easy fix if we just request we want to monitor up there with it in-house or with the front of the house mix, so we're tracking it. I think that'd be fine.
And then the other good thing that we could do now as well is I could directly record everything that we're doing for a live show prior to sending it to the front of house. So if we want to post videos of us doing live shows, we don't have to rely on the Pocket 4's audio, or whether or not the front of house guy knows how to actually do a good job mixing. We could mix it to what we already know sounds good, since we're going into it mixing, and then just get something good.
Having a real live mix with all the channels is pro.
The one thing that we do need, I need to get with you at some point prior to whenever our next show is, just to I have to EQ the mic basically.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
I got you.
Get a standard mix for you as well.
Yeah. And have a little preset. Yeah. See, we're doing setup now, so I'm learning with you, but there's a million things to do these things, y'all. So it's so hard to figure out the right one for you. I mean, it can be very overwhelming, but the more gear you buy and the more you can figure it out.
I'm sure this is the same with most people, but I would think that like most people buy something thinking that this is going to be what they need, and like within 3 months they go, this is definitely not what I need.
Oh, totally.
I need something.
Oh, totally. I mean, sometimes within 3 days, I'm like, this is no. I bought a rack and I was like, I couldn't even pick it up, and I was like, why did I not look at how heavy this was? It was like 80 pounds. I was like, how am I gonna like ever take this anywhere?
And you just posted right before the live show talking about like reducing like your footprint, and that is all I'm about right now, is just like this is good, but how do I make this lighter?
I feel like you learned that lesson before I did. I'm learning that lesson right now, because as a singer, like coming into just our duo, it's very easy. I have my pedal board, and I didn't even have that before. I just had my microphone and my in-ears, right? So now I'm got a little more, but yeah, the pedal board, I'm gonna make a tiny rack for my in-ear mix. Front of house can do what they want. We're gonna figure it out. But yeah, now I'll have an in-ear setup that's specifically going to be for in-ears. So and not necessarily for front of house. I mean, we could always give them the split to the front of house, but we won't, because everything will go through your system. But yeah, so we'll have to talk about that. Y'all, it's really important to be able to hear yourself on stage. Like, I can't even tell you, like, the sounds that you hear, the bass and just people and everything, you can't hear anything. So you absolutely have to have something that is tailored to what you need to hear to accomplish the goal. And I think every musician will tell you how important that is, in these environments in particular. Yeah.
Yep.
Lessons learned.
Always learning. Always learning.
Always learning, indeed. And yes, we would love to do Dark Force Fest. Yeah, they're doing that again this year. Yeah.
I mean, that's only going to happen if you guys keep bothering them.
You got to tell them, if you want Judy Cat, you got to tell them, because we tell them we'd love to do it. So but the best thing for every band is word of mouth. And it's all. So yeah. So we appreciate your support. Yeah. And we would love to play there. I think we would fit in great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back to the footprint and how mine has changed. I'm thinking back to like maybe even a year ago. I think I was still bringing the Virus TI on stage, which is maybe 32 pounds. And I was like, this is bullshit. I'm not doing this anymore. So went down to the sequential circuits, which was 22 pounds. And even then I'm like, I need something better than this. So finally, I used to have a Roland MKS 50, which was a 2U rack mount synthesizer version of the Alpha Juno 1 and Alpha Juno 2. And I was looking at the Alpha Juno 1, I'm like, 12 pounds. This is what I need. I'm like, so.
Oh yeah. And even 12 pounds, I'm like, it's over 10. That's like, you don't know what else you're adding to that, But yeah, no, 10 pounds versus what was the other
20 or 12 pounds, and it used to be 22. But there's also going to be a difference in the case as well. I had the flight case, which was I was able to hold more things in it, but I'm going to rearrange that, go to a smaller flight case, and then put the cabling somewhere else into its own bag.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm going to be sizably lighter, which is going to be definitely good for Germany. Whenever we have flight considerations there that we're going to have to worry about.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So we'll have to report back on how that goes and the best way to handle that for fellow musicians when you're traveling overseas. I think that that's going to be a really important conversation and lessons that we can bring back to the community.
Well, I think most people, they go with MIDI keyboards and just control something
super light.
Yeah, via a laptop.
A laptop.
That's just not who we are, though. Like I will never bring a laptop on stage ever again. stopped doing that like 2 years ago now. And then it's just like, I want to bring an analog synthesizer. That's kind of who we are. It feels like a cop out not to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're doing some, again, self-imposed limitations there.
I also just don't trust a laptop.
I
Like, I feel like if I brought a laptop, I'd need to bring another one just in case. And then if I didn't have that, I need to bring an iPad. And then if that didn't work, I need to have my phone. I mean, I'd be so concerned about all the things that can go wrong in a laptop.
I mean, there's just, laptops were never designed for this purpose.
Yeah.
They're designed for multiple different things, and you definitely need things that are designed for one purpose that are not going to. I still remember, I think it was like an old Passenger show. It was maybe like 30 minutes.
And you did have a laptop.
Yeah, it was like
I remember the pictures.
And it was like I got like a mandatory security update on that I couldn't delay it all, and it was like it's going to be 2 hours. I'm like, are you? It's like I have a show, but that bullshit aside, it's just I could never imagine only having all of your audio coming to front of house with one output. It just seems you're gonna have such a shitty sounding show, and it's
right.
like I know a lot of people continue to use laptops for live shows, but every time that they do, it is very noticeable that is what they do, and it sounds so terrible.
So I didn't realize that if you were using a laptop, you are sending a mono out. And you were mixing it yourself. Is that generally how people with laptops work?
You could send a stereo out. You could do that, but yeah, you would have to be doing
like stems. No, or multiple instruments even.
Yeah, it would just you'd be sending the combined output. So I mean,
I was basically doing that with this, and I was talking to some of the pro engineers at my work, and I said it's a bad idea. I bought this digital mixer. I mixed it myself. I have a preset it goes in the iPad, not a laptop, but it is in the iPad. I can control it. But when I'm on stage, I'm not going to be controlling the mix because I have my own in-ear mix I have to worry about. So I was like, is it weird for me to give them the iPad? And at that point, shouldn't I just be giving them the 3 outs I have, like the instrument, vocals, and the rest? Like, I mean, that all should just, that's 3 things, and they said they should be able to handle that. The real concern, because a lot of engineers just don't have that experience. You usually need 2 engineers, one to handle the in-ears for the performers and one to handle the front of house mix. So they said it'd be best to focus on a rig that focuses on your in-ear mix. So you are handling your side of things and they are handling theirs. But I also agree with the amount. I was trying to say the amount of different places an independent band plays at. You have to have control of your mix at some point. You can't rely on like the bar that you go to, that the person is out there or going to get a pizza while your set's going on. That has happened to me. Like they are out the door. There's no one monitoring the set. I mean, whatever, there's 12 people there. But at the same time, if you want control over your sound, it's always best to have an option where you can mix it yourself. But the Onion was definitely sending just the single mono out of your own mix is not ideal, and handing them an iPad or something. So
like it's just, you don't really give the front of house much options to do anything. So mixing for like headphones or for your home listening experience is sizably different than mixing for venue to venue, even depending on the venue size. And usually like the amount of low end boost that you would do for a venue is nowhere near what you would get. Like you really want to have something thumping just because they want to have people moving their bodies. And you end up with something like really hollow and like it just sounds really, really bad. And you could kind of like, they still do at the venues, like turn up the low ends quite a bit, but then it just kind of distorts like other parts of the sound. Like the strings start sounding bad, and the lead synths, and
because they're basically mastering your mono track.
So it kind of, it's just, I don't know. No one will ever be able to convince me that sending one output to a front of the house that has all of your instrumentation on it will ever be a good idea. I think that is always a recipe for disaster. And then, yeah, I think the way like people will say, well, if the front of the house person's really bad, then I could just, on my laptop make whatever modifications that I need to do. But
which
what
is
happens when they're really good?
Right.
Yeah. Or why don't you have a setup like what we have where you could still do that, but I'm still sending 8 different outputs to the front of the house person.
Right.
Or if they're good, they're going to make it sound really good. But if they're really bad, then I have the ability to override them in a particular lane. So I don't know.
Can I golf clap? I'm golf clapping. This is like hallelujah.
Just
hallelujah.
Have the little I don't know why I decided to do that.
Thank you for coming to my cat talk.
Thank you for coming to the cat talk. The cat witch talk.
The cat witch talk. Oh, y'all, it's so much, and I love sharing about it and talking about it because it's how we create what you all enjoy, and you get to see a little bit behind like the thought processes and the struggles that there are in these different venues. And oh my gosh, I mean, I can never thank some of you enough for coming to some of the venues I've seen you at, and you're there, and it's a Wednesday night in, I don't know, Ohio or Pittsburgh, and our Pittsburgh show was really fun though. Although the DIY stuff gets tricky. Now I know what you're talking about, because I was like, we should do more DIY, but I realized like I'm putting on you, which is not fair, because now I realize setting it up for myself, like how pissed I'd if someone was like, let's just do the DIY. You're like, not do the DIY.
Let's just get drunk and start playing the music out the window.
If it's DIY, we go DIY. Anyways, I understand the amount of work that goes into setting up with like literally no one there to show you like what their gear is.
Well, I mean, we had like the last show that we played at, we literally had 10 minutes. It's like, you have 10 minutes to learn this digital mix board that you,
which neither of us have ever used. Like, thank God we had Rob there.
Yeah, it's like looking at my equipment. I only have ever touched analog gear, and it's like, well, a digital mix board. I gotta learn how to do fucking digital mixing now on a board that I've never seen in my life. So,
right. Yeah, exactly. No, and the panic in your face, I was like, fuck, it's that bad. And then I went over there and I was like, fuck, it's that bad. I was like, I don't know where to put anything.
Ironically, we got things down. Like we
did it fast. Well, because efficiency.
And Rob, yeah. Rob won. Rob, efficiency, and being like, just make it happen. Just
we need
press
Rob
a bunch of buttons. Something's gonna happen.
A support friend.
So I will say, like, he just has a calming presence too, because I don't like Rob wasn't entirely sure. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But
no, I agree. He was like, I don't know, but he was like, well, we're
gonna fix this out. We're gonna fix this out. And just like him saying is like, oh yeah, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Exactly.
And,
yeah.
They're great people. We should probably do more shows with Rob and with
I would like to. Yeah. 11 grams. Yeah. And Roy.
11 grams. Third Realm, who he's now part of Third Realm.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never, hung out with them at all. I just, I live so far from you do too now. It's hard to get out there. Can you take the train?
Yeah.
That's good. I can't take the train. I guess I could take the train.
I'll be taking a train out to 9 Inch Nails on Wednesday.
9 Inch Nails is playing?
Capital One. I think it's Capital One. Verizon Center, Capital One, I think is what it is now.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't really go to concerts. It's a little secret of mine. Partly because I live far away and also late and I'm tired, and the lateness of our own concerts is hard for me. But I really, really, really was bummed out to Coed and Cambria that came down to DC. I was really bummed out about that. I would miss 9 Inch Nails too. I think even Ani DeFranco came down. I mean, I've missed a bunch of people I would have loved to see if, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
I'm most upset about missing Bullchat Doma. I had tickets last year and I was sick.
Oh no, I think I remember that.
It was almost a year ago to the day that they came through.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah. No, Amia, I do them for a living. It's like getting out to a concert is like working.
Well, I mean, technically it is. It is a tax write-off.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Although yeah. I have not written any of those office expenses this year yet.
Taxes are coming.
Yeah, this is the exciting part of our talk where we talk about taxes.
Ooh, yes, let's talk about taxes.
I don't
I had such a good write-off last year that my tax guy was like about like my music projects and stuff. He's like, well, you're making some money. He's like, well, though, if you keep getting this much like loss, that in 3 years they're going to claim that it's just I was like, that's mean.
Great. Does that mean I no longer have to report any of my earnings? Is what I will say to them.
Well, honestly, I got a really good tax break because I was in such a loss for my business.
Yeah. I mean,
and he was like, you can't do this every year. They're going to start looking at it as like you don't. But, like looking at my the merch sales and looking at honestly, the amount of gear I buy is always it's just gonna be like a crazy loss. Yeah. So anyways, support independent musicians. We struggle. We do these things because we love them and we love you.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, that is the truth. But yeah, we definitely don't make any money on it. I mean, sometimes we break even, right? Like sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Some months.
Yeah.
Some months we break even.
Some months. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even keep track of it. I should. I mean, I'm literally just going to give him like, here are my Amazon and like Sweetwater purchases. And then here's my income from Shopify. It's going to look really bad.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I've had some good months where some new merch has done really well, but yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. I'm just so grateful for all the support because we need it. We need it to keep going. It helps. Every little bit helps. Independent music is in a different. It's always going to be in a different level. Like I feel like we had the big digital freak out in the 2000s, in the 2000s. And then, I don't know, independent music has just been like, we don't actually know what that means for so long. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But everyone's support, and I know what the fans and the audiences, I know what it means to them, and I know what it means to us as the artists. So that's kind of all that matters. But in the big, capitalistic monster that we live in, what does it actually mean? It means we do what we do, and we can't stop because it's what we do. So yeah.
Cannot imagine waking up and not wanting to create something.
I know, exactly. Like it'll always happen. And share it too. There's a lot of artists out there that have the drive to create, and they create a lot and they're very prolific, but they don't share it. And my mom is one of them. And I don't know. I feel like the whole point of it is to share it, right? So sometimes you regret sharing certain things, but that's part of the process. So you can always, delete it.
Just post. Nothing matters.
Just post. YOLO. Post.
I've had so many people who dislike all of my art and are very open about telling me how much they dislike it. And I just
really?
Yeah.
What? Wow. You gotta tell me about this. I'll go find them.
I mean, it's fine. Like I've gone through multiple galleries where it's like I recognize that something's good, but I'm just like, this isn't for me.
Yes,
and that happens with a lot of music too. I'm like, this is technically proficient, but it's not for me.
Right.
I usually keep that opinion to myself rather than going to their Facebook page going like, I went to this art gallery and your Pete, not for me. Definitely.
Yeah, people love to have an opinion. I think that's part of the problem. I mean,
maybe I should start doing that. Hey, was at the Louisiana or the Louisiana Museum in Copenhagen, and I saw your piece that was very prominently displayed there. Not a fan.
Not a fan. I really didn't like the lighting choices made with the colors or whatever. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, art is like so precious, and if you don't like it, fuck off.
It's like, I don't really
like, who fucking cares? Like, move on. Like, it's so precious. It's someone, it shows a lot of lack of empathy and someone that wants to feel important, that wants to make a stink about something. Some people really love to be art critics. You got to think about that personality profile. That's I certainly, am not. I mean, I think everything anyone creates is if it's honest and authentic, it's beautiful. And I think it's important. Gosh, I mean, if you look at the whole human race, what the fuck are we doing here other than putting something down in fucking history,
Yeah. And I think that's the thing that I hate the most about, so on Submit Hub for the playlist submissions, we have to write like rejection things, like why we're rejecting a song. I think that's the thing that I feel the most uncomfortable about, because it's like, I'm not going to dismiss, like, this still has value to it, but I have to say, hey, you did a 2-minute intro to a song, doesn't play well in my playlist. People skip over. Like, if somebody is going to stop listening to my 60 song playlist because of your song altogether, then like it's a good song. It has a 2-minute intro though. I can't do anything with it. But I feel bad even saying that, because people want to have that in there.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Mark. Sky over here was the one that rapped on my last release, and it's so nice to see you here. Yay, welcome to the chat. We're talking about art and a lot of technical setups too, because it's, that's a deep rabbit hole. And also playlists. And Johan has a very large playlist, but also it's a very specific playlist. Like, I think too that I think you probably get like the majority of people applying to your playlist that don't recognize your expertise in analog and retro music. They think that what they do is retro or analog, but it's not, because what you do is like what you do and appreciate on that particular playlist is very, very specific.
Yeah, and I get that. Like, I don't know. We aren't part of the synthwave community, but I would feel that most people who would probably have an issue with me would be from the synthwave community, where they take after like the DX7 came out in I think 84, I want to say, and things kind of went more digital, digital synthesis, in addition to both FM. I don't like FM synthesis, by the way, but that's an aside. But things kind of went to like digital and more pop driven, and it's like they're retro in their 80s, but it's not what we focus on. I'm more focused on late 70s, early 80s synth music stylings.
Yeah, it's a very specific and successful, prolific playlist. So people are clamoring to get onto it. I always love that you put some of my stuff on there, even though like totally doesn't fit it, but thank you so much.
I mean, I
have a few songs I did try to do like our style. Like, I did a couple like synth songs just to experiment with it. And honestly, those are some of the songs that do the best, even though it was very much me being a craftsman over me being a creator. It was like me taking a formula and like producing something from a formula, like listening to a lot of the style and picking the right instruments, and not just like looking at a blank canvas and creating what I'm feeling. It was more just like, I'm going to create a genre piece. You know what I mean? And those actually, unfortunately, a couple of those pieces do like way better than some of my more artsy stuff. But I think, the pop thing helps too. Yeah. Oh, Pete. Yeah, I do cross a bit of genres. It's a little tricky to promote that way too. But with 2D Cat, we've got a real good handle on our genre, and also like yeah, and also just learning how to do the vocals that fit it, that weren't necessarily pop, that were going to end up being more like, the old school synth pop, like more dramatic. It just fits perfect. We're just doing just a great job. I think our music's doing a great job. Yeah. To come first full circle on that conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. What is a large playlist? 20 songs, 50 songs, or 500 songs?
I think we're talking like playlist size. I think we're talking about followers, which I think one of the playlists that I run has 20,000 ish followers. But 50 to 60 songs, I would not put more than that number of songs on a playlist. So from like a promotional standpoint, where if I'm trying to get people to go and listen to this song, if you get any more than 50 or 60, you're not really going to get listeners who are going to like at 50, 60 songs. That's like an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of music. So anything longer than that, you're just not going to have people really listening through even longer. So I have personal playlists, like I have a flight playlist, which is about 9 hours worth of music, which kind of takes me over to Europe and to Asia, which I kind of throw on. That's fine, but that's just for me. It seems like people are really only looking for 50 to 60 songs that kind of cycle through those songs rather than a massive playlist and kind of listening through there altogether. And it looks like we have lost Hazel. So you're stuck with me now. And I can't read chat. So during this great intermission, I suppose I'll just kind of have my witch cat go through and we could be amused by this. It's not my hand that's doing it. We're just going to use CGI to edit my hand out, but this is kind of moving on its own, as you can see. Magic. It's just magic. Shh, it's just magic. I actually did see that. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
I kept losing the connection.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. What were you all talking about? Mia's like, Hazel, come back. Hazel, come back. So how does this sound like with music, y'all? So when I started the live streams, which Johan and I should probably start trying to do now that we have digital mixers. Makes it super easy. Well, I won't say it's super easy, but I tried to do it through this platform, but it sounded like ass. So I don't know. Maybe we should like sing a little.
I don't know. I just noticed the time though.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to unfortunately leave soon.
Oh no. So, give us a little more time. I don't
know if I have that. It's late and I have to get ready.
Are you watching the Super Bowl?
No, I don't even know who's in the Super Bowl.
Really?
Couldn't care less.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Seattle and New England, but I only know that because someone told me.
I still have more of Golden Compass to get through, which is probably what.
Golden Compass. Are you reading that?
No. So they redid it again on HBO. So we're just going through Golden Compass. I think we have one more episode in season 1 that we're watching now.
Okay. Is that the old show though?
No, that was the terrible one. Apparently, I haven't seen the original Golden Compass. This is a new one that just came out, and they definitely.
I realized there was a new one.
Dark. Yeah,
I read the book, and it is dark. It's beautifully dark, though.
Yes, so the new one doesn't mirror the books exactly, but there's definitely a lot of the spoilers. I guess, like I think in the original take, They kind of omitted the one child losing his demon, like being separated.
Oh yeah.
And they definitely go through that in the new one, which is kind of fucked up.
It's been a really long time since I read those books, but it stuck with me as much as like the Gunslinger and the Stephen King Gunslinger series did.
So for being like a young adult series,
but
and Angela
more
and I
dark.
were talking about this, I don't understand how this series didn't become more popular than Harry Potter, which I think is fucking terrible.
Because people don't want dark. Except the people here today.
I guess. Like, I just, from a literary standpoint, I just don't understand how Harry Potter kind of became what it did. It's not for me.
It's not for you. It's not for you. I will say that the books in high school, although I was in a boarding school, and I was very bored, and I enjoyed them. I read up to like Goblet of Fire before I left, but you couldn't get into the Gunslinger, Pete. Interesting. I had to hear about that as a writer yourself. Also, my mom couldn't get into it, and she was horrified when I sent it to her. She's like, "This is disgusting." But yeah, I mean, Harry Potter, I really enjoyed the writing of like it had a lot of was it breaking the fourth wall? But it had just like a lot of cute stuff. I don't know. I can see it, but yeah, fuck J.K. Rowling. She posts some crazy stuff. Why doesn't she just shut up?
I mean, I'm almost glad that she is vocal in her shitty opinions, because it makes it very easy for me to just go fuck everything related to them. I'm not going to get a single penny from me anymore.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I always get confused as to why some people, like, I always thought like Terry Pratchett was definitely more clever and cuter in anything that he's ever written, but it seems like anything.
Oh yeah, Terry Pratchett. Yeah.
Anything that they've tried to really put on a TV from his hasn't really turned off very well.
Yeah. I also let's see. Well, Dragonlance was my big hidden secret for a long time. I've read that series, all of the series, probably 3-4 times. But I'm trying to think of an actual like good writer that has been interpreted well. Stephen King movies also don't really go over well, although the It series was a little crazy if you like disturbing stuff. But yeah, Terry Pratchett is a good one. Oh, what about Margaret Atwood?
Haven't read much of her.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to try.
Ironically enough, I never thought I'd say that I'm trying to power through a book, but Garth Marenghi's Dark Place was a really deliberately bad TV show, which was a comedy show, but it was he wrote books in character for this like horror series, and I'm trying to get through it because I really want to. Angela's been reading a bunch of Karl Ove Nosgod lately, and I've been really wanting to read his work because she continues to tell me that like he's one of the best writers of our time. So
yeah,
I think that's gonna be my next read as soon as I get through these deliberately bad books that are.
I don't think I've heard. So the deliberately bad books are the Harry Potter ones? Wait.
No.
Walk me back.
Oh God, I can't remember his actual name. So there was a TV show that was on Channel 4 over in the UK called Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Okay.
And the concept was, this was all fake, but there was a horror writer who wrote a show in the 80s that went nowhere. Mm-hmm. And like in 2000s, they're like, hey, we don't have anything to put on TV, so let's show these like shows that were from the 80s and intersplice them with interviews from the cast. And this is all kind of fake. So none of this actually happened. So it was like a deliberately bad 80s show that had the cast of these characters who were all in character. And since then he's written, like, that character has wrote 3 books, like horror books, and they're all very like deliberately bad written books.
Okay.
So
and you're getting through that as much as you can.
I am. And he does an audio reading in character as well, which is the funniest thing that I've ever written. or
Read or
heard.
heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heard. Yeah, because I started reading it and then I went back and was listening. I'm like, this is so much better whenever he's actually reading it.
Right, right. That's interesting because then if it's actually the author reading it, then you're getting the impression of what he interpreted the personality to be. Because sometimes it doesn't read right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's super interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like some weird ass books I've read. I read this, like I found this book. There was the Iliad. Oh my gosh, the Iliad in LA. I don't know if anyone here lived or knows about you know, LA and South California. There was a very large used bookstore called the Iliad. And I found this book about how the human mind is a hologram. And it's from the 80s. And apparently this is like some crazy like I don't even know. Oh, Forgotten Realms. I read all of it. I read all of it. All of it. I did love Drizzt. Um, oh man, no. Read some crazy books in my time.
Okay, I unfortunately do need to head out.
No, don't
There's
leave
cats
us.
that need to be taken care of, unfortunately.
Okay.
Before we go, though, we need to promote your upcoming solo shows. So why don't you talk about
Oh, I
that?
appreciate that. We'll promote all the shows. Um, so on March 13th, I'll be opening for Dead Cool and Amulet. We're hoping that we're going to have a great time and that our friends we're just going to get to play with them again. Unfortunately, Johan couldn't make that show. They did want 2D Cat there, but ultimately they were like, hey, why don't you try a solo show? So it's going to end up being my first solo show. Very overwhelming, but I've been spending like the last 6 months and probably like $7,000 on figuring out how to do that live. But you all have been there for the live stream, so you're seeing how that's going. I'm really excited. I have a couple more live streams coming up for that. Great practice for me. Great practice in general. So, yeah, and then we leave for Germany. Maybe we'll get a couple shows before then. Would be great locally for 2D Cat. But we have another song coming out that I particularly favor, and I want to make a music video.
So that mean you're going to take up the editing duties for that?
We're gonna what?
Oh, I was asking, were you wanting to take up the editing duties for that?
Oh yeah, it's my turn, huh?
I can be. Up to you. I mean, I'm not going to say no to it if you want me to do it.
Yeah, no. I think I do want to do it. I mean, it's my turn.
Okay.
You did the last two, right? Last
Maybe.
one. We've been going back and forth each one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down. And
you.
you have a bunch of new stuff, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Y'all, this is how the magic is made. You send me what you got, I send you what I got, and we're good.
I'll probably record some more stuff too.
So yeah. You did some video outside?
I did.
Did you have trees involved?
No, but maybe I will now.
I've learned my lesson with the trees. Don't do trees. That green.
Oh, no?
You can't get rid of that
the greens. Yeah, well, you can now because there's no leaves on the trees.
Oh, that's true.
So, yeah.
That's a good point.
Do trees now. But yeah, the trees are hard to work with the green.
Really, the green is overwhelming. It gets on your face. It's everywhere. And then in the summer, our big ass EU premiere.
Yeah, our shows there.
Our shows are there.
July 24th, we'll be at Club Volta in Cologne. And then July 31st, we'll be at Zhuhai Airfield.
Yeah.
For that festival. Reborn Festival is the second one. The first festival is Echoes of Rebellion, which should be fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. And then maybe something in between.
Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see. We definitely need to do, we should probably do some shows between.
If we can get them, yeah, we should. I mean, we're going to be out there. I have a feeling it's going to be something we do again. Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully.
I got to get my like Mara Luna look on, though. I got to find my Mara Luna look. I'm going to have to talk to Stephanie from Amulet and just be like, how do you do the thing? I got to get some deer head, like antlers. I mean, you know.
Interesting. It'll be fun putting
Right?
in the suitcase.
What if they're like fold up deer antler headset, like headpiece?
Could work as well. Yeah.
I mean, Mariluna has some amazing stuff. I just, got to go for big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got to go for big. Like, we were born for this.
Yeah.
We came ready.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
I'm gonna head out, but good luck
Okay.
for your March 13th show.
Well, hopefully I'll
I
talk
won't.
to you soon before
Yeah.
that. I got to get you a song
Yeah.
and we got to get a video together. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
You
much
all
fun
should
to
come to
go.
the Hazel solo show,
You should definitely go there.
Yes, please check it out. Our friends Dead Cool and Amulet. So the more you support our little tribe of indie artists, the better it is for everyone. And it's gonna be fucking weird. Of course, it's gonna be fucking weird. I'm almost like worried that it's not gonna be weird enough. So that just is telling you how weird I'm gonna make it. Like it needs to be weird. So thank you all.
Well, tell them hello. I'll unfortunately
Yes.
be in New Orleans speaking at a conference, which
That's
is
right.
not weird or cool.
But it's New Orleans.
It's New Orleans. So after the
Yeah.
conference will be weird, I guess.
Yes, you're gonna have some good times after that. And the March 13th show is Friday the 13th, and so is next Friday.
Oh yeah.
Okay, y'all. Well, we love you and thank you so much for coming out. We had a very long live stream today, and you know what? It was needed. We needed to chat with you. We needed to chat together. We just needed to touch base and celebrate how much progress and what's happening in the future. And we love you all. So thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, bye.